Intro. Aries and Cancer are not opposites. They are two people who want the same thing, total devotion, and will destroy each other trying to get it. No one tells you that going in. You hear fire and water and you think balance. You think one heats, one cools, and together they find equilibrium. That is the lie. What actually happens is steam, pressure, and eventually, something breaks. If you are in this pairing right now, or you have survived one, you already feel what I am describing in your chest. Because this is not a comfortable compatibility. It is a consuming one. And there is something specific about the power dynamic between Aries and Cancer that most couples in this pairing never fully realize, not while they are in it, sometimes not even after it ends. It is the thing that explains every argument, every silence, every moment where you felt simultaneously seen and suffocated. We will get to it. But first, let us go back to the beginning. The initial attraction. Aries notices Cancer because Cancer is unlike everyone else in the room. There is a softness to Cancer that Aries, who lives in a world of hard edges and fast movement, finds almost disorienting. Cancer does not perform. Cancer simply feels, openly, without apology, and to Aries, who is used to people either matching their aggression or retreating from it, that emotional honesty reads as extraordinary courage. Cancer notices Aries because Aries is alive in a way most people are not. The directness. The heat. The sense that this person has decided you matter and they will not pretend otherwise. Cancer, who spends enormous energy reading between lines and managing the emotional temperature of every room, suddenly meets someone who just says the thing. Who moves toward them without hesitation. That feels like safety. That feels like home. Both of them are wrong about what they are seeing. But they are wrong in the most intoxicating way possible. And so it begins. Where they clash. Aries processes conflict externally. They say the sharp thing, they need the confrontation to feel resolution, and then they are done. They have moved on before Cancer has even fully registered what was said. Cancer processes conflict internally. They absorb. They replay. They trace the exact words back to their origin and ask what it means, what it reveals, whether this is a pattern. By the time Aries has forgotten the argument, Cancer is still living inside it. This is not a communication style difference. It is a fundamentally different relationship to time and emotional reality. Aries lives in the present tense. Cancer lives in all tenses simultaneously. And when Cancer pulls inward, retreats behind the shell, goes quiet, withholds, Aries does not read it as pain. Aries reads it as punishment. Which triggers the one thing you must never trigger in an Aries, the feeling of being controlled. So Aries pushes harder. Cancer retreats further. The cycle accelerates. Neither of them is being malicious. Both of them are being completely, ruinously themselves. The power dynamic. On the surface, this looks like an Aries relationship. Aries leads. Aries initiates. Aries sets the pace. Cancer, who is adaptive and nurturing, appears to orbit. But that is not what is actually happening. Cancer rules from the emotional interior of this relationship. Cancer holds the temperature. Cancer decides, consciously or not, whether this space feels safe or threatening, warm or cold, and Aries, for all their fire and forward momentum, is profoundly sensitive to that temperature. They will not admit it. But they feel it acutely. Aries charges. Cancer shapes the terrain Aries charges across. That is the real architecture of this pairing. Retention peak. But here is what almost no one in this pairing realizes. Aries is not the strong one. Cancer is not the fragile one. You have had it exactly backwards. Cancer's shell is not weakness. It is a fortress built over years of feeling everything too deeply. Cancer has survived emotional weather that would have shattered most people. That softness is load-bearing. It holds weight. And Aries, beneath the fire, beneath the speed, beneath the absolute refusal to look vulnerable, is terrified of being abandoned. Every charge forward is a test. Will you stay? Will you still be there when I stop running? Cancer knows this. Cancer felt it before Aries admitted it to themselves. The tragedy is that Aries keeps proving their love through pursuit and conquest. Cancer keeps proving their love through tending and holding. And both of them are waiting, desperately, quietly, for the other person to love them in the language they actually speak. When they finally learn each other's language, this pairing becomes unbreakable. Most of them never do. Can it last? Yes. But not by default. And not without one specific shift. Aries must learn to stay in the feeling instead of running past it. The impulse to resolve, to act, to move, it must be suspended long enough to actually sit with Cancer in the emotional reality they are both inhabiting. This is not natural for Aries. It is perhaps the hardest thing Aries will ever do in a relationship. It is also the only thing that works. Cancer must learn to speak rather than signal. The retreat, the silence, the expectation that love should make a partner intuitive, it asks too much of Aries, who is emotionally present but not emotionally telepathic. Cancer's needs are profound and legitimate. They must be spoken out loud. When both of those things are true simultaneously, Aries staying, Cancer speaking, this relationship produces something rare. A partnership that is both protected and alive. Both tender and bold. The question is never whether this pairing has chemistry. It always has chemistry. The question is whether both people have the patience and the self-awareness to build something with it instead of burning in it. OUTRO. Aries and Cancer will always find each other. The attraction is not accidental. It is archetypal. What you do with it, that is the only part you control. If this resonated, leave a comment. Tell us where you are in this pairing. And if someone in your life needs to hear this, send it to them. No explanation necessary. They will know. Subscribe to Astrea Zodiac. The cosmos does not lie.